Hello, what's good, YouTube? Little Bear's back in the house. I got a different type of video today. I fell across. Actually, they covered it on YouTube a long time ago. The Furnimal Archtype, and I kind of wanted to look into it because, although as forgotten that it seems pretty solid. It has everything that it could ever want. And I guess they all come out in the same expansion set. So, I just wanted to kind of go over it to show you guys what exactly the deck is all about. So we're gonna start off the deck profile, or not profile, but the archetype with Furnimal Rabbit. As you can see, all the it's a fairy in this earth. All of the Furnimals are earth. They're all fairies. They do come in different levels, from 1 to 4. Now this one is level 1. With 300 attack, 1200 defense. It says, if this card is sent to the graveyard as a fusion material monster, you can target one Edge Imp Scissor or Furnimal monster in your graveyard, except for Furnimal Rabbit. Add that target to your hand. You can only use the effect of Furnimal Rabbit once per turn. So basically, it refreshes the fusion, and it's not much of a neg. You activate polymerization, and you can get back your Edge Scissor, which we're going to be covering later, or a Furnimal monster, any monster, including another fusion, you can add back to the deck, as long as the effect stays like this. So it's very useful. I think this is going to be a very important card in the deck. Maybe later we'll go over how many exactly we'll go. So this is one of the refresher cards, so you can keep in fusion decks. It happens a lot. In Shaddolls, even now that Shaddolls are out in this fusion base, you can see it around mid game. They kind of lose hand advantage because they're fusing. So if they're going bad, if they're having a good game, then everything's just perfect, everything's peachy. But if things are going not so good and they have to kind of fight for their win, you'll notice that they have bad hand advantage. It's just like 2 or 3 cards in their hand, and they have to fuse and lose 2 cards in their hand if the opponent doesn't have a monster in their from the extra deck on their field. But here we can see, when it's sent to the graveyard as a fusion material monster, you can target one of the other monsters and add it back to the hand, which leads us to our next monster, Furnimal Cat. Furnimal Cat is the same thing, but instead of adding a monster, you add polymerization. Now I find it funny, or not funny, but I find it nice that they're actually incorporating polymerization into the deck. This is Furnimal Cat with 700 attack, 300 defense. It's also a fairy in Earth, and it's another level 1 monster. This deck is extremely cute. It goes without saying. I mean, look at that rabbit. Look at this little cat. This little cat is so cute. I hate cats, and this is adorable. Okay, but basically, you use polymerization, and you can fuse these 2 little cute buffs into something. And you can get back a Furnimal monster and the polymerization if you use both of these. Now their fusions, the Furnimal fusions, are actually kind of specific. They need a specific monster, which is Edge Imp Scissors, which we're going to be covering later. But let's say you use 3 cards to make 1 card. You use polymerization, you use a Furnimal monster, and you also need the Edge Imp Scissors. That's 3 cards you're investing into 1, so you're going technically neg 2. Sorry. But this is going to give you back the polymerization, and Furnimal Rabbit is going to give you back the monster that you used, or another monster, so that you don't go neg at all. You actually stay 1 for 1, or 3 for 3. Alright, next monster. Furnimal Dog. This is going to be the heart and soul. This is Stratos, this is pretty much, in every archetype there's a searcher, and this is the searcher, the little cute dog. This dog is adorable. Spot. I'm gonna name it Spot. Look at the spot here. Look at the spot. Okay, let me stop. It's also the beater of the deck with 1700 body. It's still a fairy, so you can use all the fairy support. What I love about it is when this card is normal or special summoned from your hand, and we all know a certain fairy support card that lets you special summon a fairy from your hand, Valhalla. So this will also be working with that card. You can add Edge Imp Scissors or Furnimal monster from your deck to your hand, except for Furnimal Dog because that'll be broken. You can only use this card You can only use the effect of Furnimal Dog once per turn. All of the Furnimal monsters can only use their effect once per turn. And I believe even Edge Imp Scissors can use this effect only once per turn. Don't quote me on that just yet. But this is the Stratos. You summon it, you normal summon it turn 1, and you get to add any of the other Furnimal monsters. We're going to get into them more, and then we'll be able to see a little bit more. But this is definitely a 3 of in the deck when it does come out. Not much to say. Special summon, from your hand. It does have to be from the hand, not from the graveyard. But that's fine because Furnimal Rabbit is giving you a Furnimal monster back to your hand, so you can get back your Furnimal Dog, normal summon or special summon it the next turn, and get another Furnimal monster, which can be another Furnimal Rabbit, to your hand to continue fusing. It's not so bad. Next monster, Furnimal Owl, with Furnimal Dog being one of the core pieces of the deck. At 3, Owl is definitely the next core piece. It's definitely the heart of the deck. The Owl, the wisdom, the luck, the beauty, the cuteness. When this card is normal or special summoned from the hand, you can add 1 polymerization from your deck to your hand. You can pay 500 life. Okay, next effect. So once you summon it from your hand or from your hand, normal or special summon, again, Valhalla, you can use it to special summon this, and you can get your polymerization straight to your hand. Or if you're going to use the combo, you have to have Edge Imp Scissors already in your possession or graveyard. But you special summon your Furnimal Dog, and you get to add Furnimal Owl, normal summon Furnimal Owl, and you get your polymerization. There you're able to fuse both of them along with your Edge Imp Scissors for something. We'll find out what those are later. But you can also, instead of using polymerization, use its own effect. You can pay 500 life points to summon 1 Des Toy and fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or your side of the field as fusion materials. And that's all the Furnimal monsters. You can only use their effect once per turn. So, let's say, you didn't normal or special summon it and you flip summoned him because he only has 1,000. He's level 2. I believe he's the only level 2 in the archetypes so far. Anyway, you can just pay 500 life points and fusion summon a monster. So he is, or she, or it, an animal, is able to fusion by itself, making it less neg. You don't have to lose card advantage, even though you do search polymerization. Let's say all of your polymerizations are actually in your graveyard because you only won 1 or 2. Well, he facilitates the fusion. Very good. Dog, Owl, very good. As in all decks, there's always a beater. This is Furnimal Leo. It's exactly the same thing as Crystal Beast Tiger, Crystal Beast Topaz, which is the Tiger. The same exact thing. Gains 500 until the end of the others. This is to the end of the battle phase. Topaz is only to the end of the damage step. It attacks. It gets big. I would put it at 1 at best. I don't see it even being part of the really important core of this deck. And then there's Bear. Little pink bear with a ribbon on. Okay. It's 1200 attack, 800 defense, so level 3. It's the only level 3 of the archetypes so far for the fairies, for the actual Furnimal monsters. It says, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard to set 1 toy pot directly from your deck. I'm sorry if the blue going up and down bothers you. So this is just a discard effect. Toy Pot is a very key card to it's a continuous spell. It's a very key card to the archetype, and it's very important that you have it at all times. It starts a lot of combos, and it's really needed. So this is the searcher for that. This is basically like searching your field spell, discarding any of those monsters to search field spell. I can't think of one right now. I know there's a fairy one, I know there's an archfiend one, there's a water one, there's a whole bunch of them. Hero one, Captain Gold, or whatever. But this is basically the same thing. You're going to be able to set this toy and then activate this toy because it's a spell card. But it has another effect. You can tribute this card, then target 1 polymerization in your graveyard and add that target to your hand. Again, this card is very important to the archetype. I would put it definitely at 3, just like Gravekeeper's Command, if there's one. because you can get your polymerization straight back from the graveyard. You don't have to wait for Furnimal Cat to get it back by you being fused. Simply, you just use Bear to fetch it from the graveyard. So the key monsters in this archetype so far for the Furnimals are Furnimal Dog, because it gets you your Furnimal Owl, and Furnimal Owl gets you your polymerization, and after you fuse, you can get Furnimal Bear back from effect to get Toy Pot or to get your polymerization out of the graveyard. These are all important cards. Leo, not so much, and Furnimal Cat and Rabbit, again, Rabbit being the more important of them, because this is great and all, but Bear does the same thing. And it's a little bit bigger. Alright. What is Toy Pot? Toy Pot. It's a continuous spell. It says once per turn you can discard one card, draw one card, and reveal it. If it is a Furnimal monster, you can special summon one monster from your hand. And remember that Owl and Dog get their Owl and Dog and Owl get their effect when special summon from the hand. So this triggers them. If it is Furnimal, you special summon one monster from your hand. Again, it doesn't have to be the Furnimal monsters. It can be any monster that you can special summon from your hand. The card that you reveal, draw one card and reveal it, has to be a Furnimal monster. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add one Furnimal monster or Edge Imp Scissors from your deck to your hand. Great. So if it's sent to the graveyard, not only does it get you one of your key things, let's say your opponent mysticals it while it's face down, or when they activate it, you get this. You get to search your Dog, you get to search your Owl, which gets you into a fusion monster. Okay, this is an instant fusion right here. Not the card, obviously. Furnimal Dog, special summoned by any means from your hand, gets you your Owl. Your Owl is normal summoned, which gets you polymerization, which you can use its own effect, pay 500, or use polymerization to bring out your fusion so long as you have Edge Imp Scissors. Alright, so we covered everything, and we covered Toy Pot. Now, what is this Edge Imp Scissors? This is a dark fiend. It's completely different from the rest of the archetype. It's level 3, same as Bear, but that's not so important. 1200, 800 defense. 1200 attack. It states, if this card is in your graveyard, you can place one card from your hand to the top of your deck. Basically, this is Plague Spreader Zombie effect. Special summon this card from the graveyard in defense position. You can only use the effect of Edge Imp Scissors once per turn. Note that unlike Plague Spreader, it does not go removed from play. The only thing that you can use it only once per turn. But this is something that's really good because not only do you have a body that can defend you each turn, this works hand in hand with your Toy Pot. Because remember, you're top decking a card from your hand, and then Toy Pot reveals that card. You can discard one card from your hand and reveal one card, and if it's Furnimal monster, special summon it. So these two get your engine started. You're going to be top decking and revealing, and then draw and special summon. So you get to summon your monster for free, basically. You get to summon him for free, which you can overlay. I've seen people trying to use this or thinking about using it in Burning Abyss. Oh my goodness, my brain's just like off right now. Long day in college. In the skill drain version, there you go. The skill drain version, it will negate its effect while on the field, along with the Burning Abyss monsters. So you can do overlay there as the fiends. But in this deck, it's to fuse. Although with Bear, you will be able to overlay, and you add tuners, you'll be able to synchro with them. But mainly, you're going to be wanting to do this. Although, now that I think about it, if you add Mathematician to the deck, you can summon Mathematician, send Edge Imp Scissors, use Edge Imp Scissors to summon itself to the field, and you have a rank 3 play right there. Although you kind of go, no, you go neg 1 for that play. But then again, it's a rank 3 play first turn. Not bad, actually, now that I think about it. Mathematician is broke. Okay, so this is the card that you need to fuse with. This is the magical card, because we're going to go into our fusion monsters right now. We have Des Scissors Bear. For this, you need 2 specific monsters. It's been a while since we've seen a fusion monster with 2 specific monsters. You need exactly Edge Imp Scissors and Furnimal Bear. This is one of the reasons why Furnimal Bear is such an important monster for the archetype, because it is one of the specific monsters needed for this fusion, one of the main fusions of the deck. Both fusions are level 6, by the way. This one is 2200, 800 defense. They become fiend. The Furnimals themselves are fairies, but they become fiend when Edge Imp Scissors, sorry, that name is so whack, fuses with them. They also become dark. It says, when this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you can equip that monster to this card as a spell card whose effect makes this card 1000. There are plenty of monsters that do that. I am not going to be naming all the monsters that actually have that effect. But this is really interesting because the monster doesn't stay in the graveyard. It does go to the graveyard, so if you destroy a hand monster, the hand monster will go to the graveyard and then activate its effect. Then Bear will trigger. Bear will, well, if you're attacking, then you'll be chain 1, and then the monster will be chain 2 and just blow up your monster. So it's not so great, but then again, if you're going against other decks, it can get quite big. The main monster that you want to be fusing into, because this is kind of an OTK deck, is the next one. This toy Scissors Wolf. Scissors Bear. Scissors Wolf. See what they did there? Scissors? Okay. Again, Fiend Fusion, level 6. This only has 2000 attack and 1500 defense. But you can use Edge Imp Scissors along with one or more Furnimal monsters. I can use 3. Why would I use 3 monsters to make 1? I go so neg. Because while you must be fusion with the fusion material monsters above, but this doesn't have that. This actually doesn't have that that quote, so you can use substitutes and you can use other monsters besides these two. That's pretty interesting. Back to this card. Each battle phase, this card can attack a number of times equal to the number of fusion material monsters used for its fusion summon. So if you use 3, it can attack 3 times. If you use 3 Furnimal monsters, 1 Edge Imp Scissors and 2 Furnimal monsters. If you use 3 Furnimal monsters and the 1 Edge Imp Scissors, then you're able to attack 4 times because it's the number of times equals the number of fusion material monsters used for. This includes the Edge Imp Scissors. So if you just use the 2, then you get to attack twice with 2000. Now there's not a lot of attack, but if you clear off the board somehow, a Black Rose Dragon, something, I don't know. Be creative, guys. I don't have to tell you all the combos. This can go in for game, or it can just clear out a board of small monsters. This is also pretty good for the Yangzings. You're going to be attacking until they cycle through all 4 of their dragons. Okay, so basically these are all of the monsters. This, we're going to recap on all of them. Recapping with this is, well, this is your main fusion. I feel is the main fusion, as it has the better effect. You can summon multiple, they'll be able to attack multiple times. I don't know what support really would help for this attack going through, but it's definitely something to look into. This would be basically your boss monster from the extra deck. It's supposed to be Scissors Bear, but it's not so good, as it has no inherent protection. It has no way of making the battle easier. Basically, you have to destroy the battle, and the monster, the only thing saving it is that it's 2200 attack, and that can get over some things. It still can't get over Winda, so, sucks there. But I would only run 1 in the extra deck. If I would run it, I would definitely be running 2 Scissors Wolf. I wouldn't run 3. I think 3 is too much. Alright, now for the monsters. Furnimal Rabbit, if there's space, actually let me go with the important ones first. The important ones will be Dog 3. You need 3 in the deck. This is your Stratos of the deck. You need Furnimal Owl. This will be your Stratos for polymerization. It'll also be your way of using fusion without polymerization, so you can keep that and save it for other times. And your Furnimal Bear, which also need at 3 because it gets you your Toy Pot, which starts your engines. You start your engines with Edge Imp Scissors. Also, I would use 2 Edge Imp Scissors. I wouldn't use 3. From just looking at the archetype, since it can bring itself back from the graveyard, I don't think 3 would be so good as it would be. Everything was too much. I would rather put 3 Mathematicians into the deck with 2 Edge Imp Scissors. 3 Furnimal Bear, 3 Furnimal Owl, 3 Furnimal Dog. That's 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 monsters. You might want to add Red Ox if you're feeling fancy, because they're all Earth. Or what's this other thing that's really bad? The Element Lord. That you need exactly 5 Earth in your graveyard, and you special summon to get to revive a monster. That one, you guys know. You guys are smart. Rabbit and cat, I don't know. I've seen them. They're extremely cute. The kitty is extremely cute. I would run 1 at max, 2 maybe of rabbit, because rabbit has a much better effect. I could see myself using more rabbit than anything else. I could even max out if I found it good enough for rabbit. But Furnimal cat, maybe 1. I don't know. I would have to test it out to see. And it went crazy. Leo. Leo, I just wouldn't add to the deck. Honestly, I just wouldn't add it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. It has no protection. It's just 16. It gets a little bit big, but for that I have Dog, which is 17. If you're gonna add 1, add only 1. Don't add more. Again, it's not the most important part of the archetype. Don't stress yourself. All right, for other cards now here in the page, the Furnival page, Wikia is adding some extra cards you might want to add. Woodsman lets you search for your polymerizations, but I wouldn't do that because Owl does such an amazing job as is. Prisma, I would definitely think about because it changes its name to Furnimal whatever, and the fusions check the names. So you can send your Furnimal Bear to the graveyard, and you can use Prisma to, well, as your fusion material for the Des Toy Scissors Bear. King of the Swamp, I also think is an amazing card in the deck because as it also fetches you your fusion, your polymerization, and it counts as a substitute. Definitely a card to think about. Tour Guide from the Underworld, I wouldn't think about because it's not really, it gives you a solid turn 1 play, but I would rather start getting my engine along with my dog and my owl and my toy pop with my edge decisions. Those are the cards that I kind of want to see. So I don't know how I feel about Tour Guide. I would definitely want to try a skill drain version of the Edge Imp Scissors with the Dark Abyss, the Burning Abyss. Then again, it shuts off your Tour Guide, but I don't know. It seems very good to me. I like how Edge Imp Scissors can be summoned from the graveyard every single turn. But that's another deck for another time. Gaia is recommending here in the Earth because from the extra deck because it's fusion from Earth monsters, but I don't really think it's that good. I kind of want to use other monsters. The thing is with this archetype, as you can see with the levels, level 1, level 2, level 3, level 3, level 4, which are just 2 monsters. OCD, sorry. It's going to be kind of hard to overlay into XYZs. I would think synchroing would be a little bit better, but then you need a recurring synchro. It's going to be a little bit interesting to figure out what kind of extra deck you want for this deck. But that's why they kind of choose Gaia. For people who don't know what Gaia is, I'll just open it up really quick. We are finishing this video right now because running out of material. Oh, it's Mental Hero Gaia. Oh, my bad. But it's with the Earth monster, as I said. Elemental Hero, because you're going to be running Prisma if you want to go that route, or route, wherever you're from America. Well, 1 Earth monster. So, it's also level 6, which makes rank 6 pretty good in the deck, because your Des Toys are also level 6. Alright. So, spells, Covenant with the Swamp King is the new DD card. If you guys want to check that out, go check it out. I'm not going to cover it. Fusion Gate, I wouldn't use it because it's just not good. There's no way to get your Furnival monsters out from the removed from play zone. Fusion Weapon, I also wouldn't use it. It's just bad. Reinforcement of the Army. If you're going to use Prisma, then go for it. Go ham. Use E-Call, 3 E-Call, and 2 Reinforcement of the Army with your Elemental Heroes, and go ham. Super Polymerization, and maybe? There's no reason not to. Chain Material, no. Just no. and these are like really bad. But I mean, it's a very interesting archetype. I mean, it revolves around fusing and not losing advantage. You're going to fuse and get your advantage back. And it's a cute archetype. If your girlfriend plays, if your boyfriend plays, I don't know how you guys roll. It's a very cute archetype. It's a very simple archetype using polymerization. The combos are very simple. Um, and I think it's good. I think it's definitely something you can get your a person who doesn't know how to play into. It's not too crazy. Sorry, proper English. It's not too crazy. Um, and I think it's definitely a good archetype. I would like to see where it goes. It's cute. It's funny looking, and it has a surprising OTK with the Death Scissors Wolf if you fuse enough monsters or you make enough of them. So this has been Furnimals. Checking out the deck. I'm trying a new style of video. See how it goes. I'm gonna see it try and cover archetypes, cover cards like I see other people do on YouTube. I'm not gonna mention any names because they're so popular, but I'm gonna check them out. And yeah, if the new card comes out, be expecting a video to come out on my discussion of it. This has been discussion of Furnimals. I haven't seen anyone talk about the deck. I think I've seen Asian Eyes talk about it, but we all know how Asian Eyes is. Um, you got that hype factor going on. But definitely check out. I'm gonna put the cute kitty cat there. Definitely check out Furnimals. See what crazy combos you have. If you guys already have any crazy combos that I might not know, definitely leave them in the comment section below. Let me know what you guys plan on doing with your Furnimals. I'm definitely gonna pick this deck up for my girlfriend. Hopefully they all come common with like one or two rares. Maybe the fusions will be super or common. Hopefully they're common or just rare common. So yeah, let me know whatever you want me to know in the comment section below. Oh, that rhymed. That rhymed so good. If you like my content, if you want to see new Rising content, I'm kind of a small Yugi tuber. I'm going to be building up. I do dual videos when I can. I'm in college. I have to study. I've been in college for way too long. Maybe we'll talk about that some other time. So I don't upload all the time, but I do upload interesting stuff. So if you guys want to follow me, hit that subscribe button. If you like Furnimals, if you have something interesting planned with them, let me know. Hit the like button. And until next time, this is Little Bear.